I'm ARTEMUS. I'm 29 years old. I'm an FBB Men's Physique Pro. My fitness journey started a very long time ago when I was 6 years old. I grew up in Russia in a very small town. My dad took me to a little gym in the basement. It was self-made with old Olympic weights, and I think I just sucked it into my blood. I moved to the United States about 8 years ago, and I've done everything else but not fitness, but it always remained somewhere in the background. I always worked out, always stayed consistent with my food. Didn't know much about it. Started competing about a year ago. About 17th of May was my first competition where I placed 4th. And I took it very personal. I took it to my heart because I believe I can be the best, I can be the champion. And since then, it just fired that spark in me to compete. And competition, that's something that really challenges me and drives me forward. I went to nationals and placed second on my second show, and I got even more pissed off. Went to Team Universe and won that competition. And after that, I knew what I wanted to do. I felt that I have the potential and I have the talent. And most of all, I have the vision and believe in myself that I can be the best at what I do. Now I'm training to New York Pro. I'm about 2 weeks out. I'm very excited, and I do believe that I will win. And my ultimate dream is to become the best at the sport and affect it and make somebody's life better, inspire people, and bring the old school physique, to stage. Because I think those physiques are the most artistic and the most beautiful of all, and they're the most inspirational, and they are the healthiest ones. I love the sport of bodybuilding, and as I said, I grew up in a little basement looking at the posters of Joe Waiters, Lee Haney, and Tom Platz, and Arnold, and Frank Zane. And I think it's just, from that point, I was totally inspired by the human body because it's all art. And this sport is very artistic. And what has become from this sport is total disgrace because people care about the size rather than symmetry, rather than aesthetics. This is my input. I want to really bring back the old school aesthetic physique to the stage and show the world that this sport is about the beauty, it's about the art of the human body. It's not just a freak show. And I'm training according to that. I don't use heavy weights. I don't use heavy steroids. I train naturally, and I try to attain the physique that's attainable to any other person that really believes that he can do it. And I want to inspire people just by walking in the beach or in any other public place, rather than make them freak out and say, look at this guy. Looking at bodybuilding today makes me a little bit upset because I grew up doing this sport, I grew up watching this sport. And I've been inspired by bodybuilders that had beautiful artistic physiques like Lee Haney and Tom Platz and Arnold and Bob Paris, which is one of my favorite bodybuilders and biggest inspirations in sport, because he wasn't just a bodybuilder, he was an artist in every aspect of this word. And he wrote poetry just like I do. He's been a person that's been very well-rounded, and that's why his physique was so beautiful, because he looked at it not just a big muscle like the majority of people do. He looked at it as an art, and art requires creativity and it requires intelligence, and that's what's lacking in today's bodybuilding, because all people think about size, I want to put more size, more mass. You look at the magazines and people advertise mass, but nobody advertises aesthetics, nobody advertises art, nobody advertises smart, intelligent approach to the bodybuilding, because bodybuilding is not weights, and it's not the gym, and it's not just food. It's a lot more than that. It's a lot more intelligent approach, and there is only a few people left from old school that actually can preach that. But it's not about gaining weight, it's about growing quality muscle. It's about being aesthetic, it's about being artistic, and it's about being appealing to the majority of the population. It's not about freaking people out with your biceps, it's actually making people admire you, getting inspired, motivated to go to the gym, to have that body, because it is sexy. And sexy is not just being big, it's being intelligent, and being intelligent about your body as well. Bodybuilding today it needs a change, it cries for the change. I know a lot of bodybuilders, and I spend a lot of time in the gym, and I'm really tired of listening to the meatheads, because this is what sport became all about. It became meatheaded sport. People don't see anything else but muscles, 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 muscles. We don't understand that this sport is about intelligence. To build a beautiful physique, you have to be intelligent. You just can't be lifting weights, packing food, and do cycles. And I'm tired of listening to the people, cycles, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm eating that much meat, I'm eating this much meat. Like, guys are not talking about anything else, and this sport has to be smart, has to be intelligent, just like anything else. And this is how I approach it, because there is also life behind the gym that makes you a beautiful person, because it's not just the body, it's your mind, it's your spirit. That what puts together creates a beautiful physique. I don't know any bodybuilder that looks appealing to me in modern bodybuilding that also have a beautiful mind, has a beautiful personality, that inspires people besides his big biceps or a big chest. When you talk to bodybuilders, you can't really talk about anything else but how they train, what they eat, and that is it. And that's not interesting to me. If you look at big icons of the past, like Frank Zane, or you look at Arnold Schwarzenegger, those people they were actors, they were artists, and they achieved so much more in life because they didn't have a meathead mentality. And I think that's something that should be changed in the sport. And I want to represent that change, because bodybuilding is just the first step. The fitness is just the first step to my success. I feel that it's going to open a lot more doors, because it teaches me discipline, it teaches me commitment, but it also teaches me how to think and how to approach this intelligently. And you can apply this approach to the rest of your life and truly be successful.